Yo, what's going on, guys? Just Chell here. Welcome to episode number 2 of our New York Islanders NHL 18 franchise mode. So in the last episode, we didn't really do much. We looked at the team. I asked you guys what you want me to do, and we also re-signed John Tavares. So we got him locked up. I forget exactly what it was. It was like 7 or 8 mil for 7 years, I think. We'll quickly see. But so in this episode, we have a few things you guys want to see. Yeah, 8 mil for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 mil for 7 years. But you guys wanted to see me potentially trade Hellebuyck or Thomas Greiss. And another thing was go after Dadonov. And there was some comments saying, some were saying like we could go into rebuild mode. But the challenge of this GM mode I think is to get Tavares a cup. He's already 27. I really want to get him a cup. But there was comments saying we have a decent team. Like if you look at our team, like we have quite a lot of 80s. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's pretty decent. And then on defense, so we've got a decent defensive core. Like we have 5 defensemen that are 81 overall or above. And then Pollock will hopefully grow a bit. Some comments were saying to potentially trade Lack or Greiss, and we could get like a younger goalie. So I am going to look into doing that. Greiss has more value, and he's locked up for 3 years. So I'm going to potentially look to trade Yaroslav Halak and see if we can get like a younger goalie in return. And there was also a comment to saying go for Dadonov, Florida. So I'm going to see what I can do there. I swear there's like a Dadonov in free agency all the time too, but we'll see. Fine, Florida. I don't know why I went that way. Okay, so he should be down here. So he is pretty low value, but he makes 4 mil for 3 years. So I'm saying go for Danov. I really do not want to get an 80 overall at 4 mil, who's not going to grow anymore. So I'm not going to do that. I'm sorry. I swear there's like a Dadonov that's always in free agency though. Okay, never mind. There isn't a Dadonov in free agency. There's usually 2. I wonder if they fixed that glitch. But I'm not going to go for the Dadonov in Florida. I do not want another 80, which we already have a full team of, and to get a guy making 4 mil a year. We already have like a couple dumb contracts, like Johnny Boychuk at 6 mil for 5 years. Eberle is at 6 mil, but he thankfully only has 2 years left. So I'm not going to really do that, I'm sorry. But I am going to listen to the one comment and go after a younger goalie. We have Soderstrom coming up, but we could go for a goalie between ages like 25 to 28, something like that. So I'm going to edit our trade block and also look around, and I will see what I can do. Alright guys, so we have a potential deal worked out. So we'll be sending Yaroslav Halak to Winnipeg for Connor Hellebuyck, and I'll also throw in a 3rd round pick in Jason Chimera. So I'll explain why this sort of makes sense here. So I like to do realistic trades. So the Jets, they have their starter in Steve Mason right now. Then they have Michael Hutchinson, who's 81, 27. They have Eric Comrie, who's a medium star potential, only 22. So Eric Comrie will come up in a year or 2 and just replace Hellebuyck, and he's 2 years younger. He'll probably grow to the same as Hellebuyck. So they're not losing much. They're trading Hellebuyck away, getting a player of like the same overall, who's a veteran, who could help lead them when they're status as champions. So they clearly have a good team. And then I'm also going to throw in a 3rd, just for the added value, and then also Jason Chimera, where if you look at their forwards, they don't really have any guys that are around that like 80 range that could play 3rd, 4th line. So I'll throw in him for now, give them some more experience, and see if this goes through. We have too many guys like Jason Chimera. If you look at our forwards here, like we have like a lot of like guys like 81, 80, all that. I don't want to have like so many guys. Like look at all these 82s. Like I want to sort of stay away from having a bunch of players like that. So this will sort of spread it out a bit, give the younger guys a chance to come up in the lineup, and we'll see if this goes through. And it's rejected. I'm willing to offer a 2nd. I know normally like sometimes I wouldn't want to offer a pick, but I'm gonna offer a 2nd in this one. They're actually not interested in a 2nd. I'll throw in a 3rd and a 5th, see if that works. It's still getting rejected. I'll try a 2nd and a 5th. 2nd and a 5th. We'll offer Calgary's 2nd. And that's went through. So I know that was maybe a bit of a reach. But as I said, I want to get Tavares a cup. I don't want to start rebuilding and waiting to get like good players and wait for them to grow and like wait like 3 or 4 years or so. So I want to build around Tavares right now. So that helps us a lot. I think that's the only trade I'll make for now. I'll do the lines up and I'll show you guys what I can come up with. Alright guys, I am here. So these are the lines I've come up with. It doesn't look great right now, but hopefully like some of these guys can improve, like Brock Nelson. His role is, why isn't it letting me? I'm like clicking and I'd say it's not doing anything. But if you look at, whoops. So our offense, there we go. So Brock Nelson his role is a second line forward. I think same as Everly, yeah. So we're gonna have to get like those wings improved eventually. But we got guys like I still cannot say this name, but we got him as a depth forward. So I noticed as well, if you play prospects in their role, it helps them grow more. Like for example, Hosang's like a depth forward, so you could basically play him fourth line NHL, have him like come off for injuries, or play him first line AHL. I think, and then players like that are still growing like Nelson, you'd particularly want on the second line. So I might switch him and Anders Lee. I think I'm actually gonna do that. Help him grow a bit more, because I don't know if we can win a cup this year, but we really want to get one soon. We've got Hellebuyck as our starting goaltender. You guys saw the defense, and I am actually going to be turning injuries on. I'm going to have the second slider at like 18, so there's not too many injuries, and I'll make a cut when like an injury happens and I have to edit lines. And then AHL, I just did best lines because I don't want to have to fix the lines down here. But it has Michael Del Cole on the first line, thankfully. Pollock's down there as well, so yeah, Del Cole's role is other forward, so I think, I can't remember exactly what role that is, but he should grow, and hopefully next year or the year after he can make the team if he increases overall well. So yeah, that's the team, and I think we're ready to start the season. Hopefully Tavares can lead us because he's like our main guy. We've got Tavares, Nicoletti. Hopefully those guys can really step up and play well, because we're going to need them to if we want to make the playoffs this year. Alright guys, so we're ready to start the season here. So I'll just show you guys the preseason. We did decently well actually. I guess we're actually, never mind, we're just, I don't know why I said that, but we went 3-4 it looks like. So we're going to get started into the real season now. It's preseason in the real world right now, too, for NHL, so that's been fun. I'm glad hockey's back. But we'll go all the way to December 1st here and see what we can do. So obviously I really want us to make the playoffs. Hopefully we're starting off 1-1-1, 2-1-1. Yeah, I really think Tavares, like his overall is really good for the new rating system. I feel like he could potentially lead us into the playoffs. I'm gonna hope. Hopefully we can keep getting wins and stuff. But the problem is obviously other than Tavares, who else do we have? Pittsburgh's offering us a second and a fifth for Thomas Hickey. As much as I would normally accept that, like a second, we'd be getting our second back too. Hickey is an 81 overall, but his role is top 4 defenseman. I don't know how many more players would have left to replace him though. Like, this is a really good deal though. Like, I'm actually getting tempted to accept this. You know what? I'm gonna wait. I'm sorry. I want to see if Hickey can be a big part. If we can make the playoffs. We're actually starting well, 5-1-3. So we're going to need defensemen like 81, 80 overall, stuff like that to get into the playoffs. I don't want to bring them down and have to call up like a 70 overall or something and then make our defense collapse. So obviously, as you guys know as well, scouting is much more important. I like to scout SHL and the USA a lot because I feel like you can get a lot of steals from there. We were starting off really well. Geez, 8-2-3. We played a few tough teams. And then as I say that, we lose 3 in a row. We lose to Colorado. Embarrassing, eh? Now Chicago's offering us a second and a third for Hickey. I'm gonna decline. I would accept that if we're, say, like, have a losing record. But right now, 9-5-3, I'm gonna not keep declining. Teams really want our veteran players, it looks like. I'm gonna keep declining. I might have to change the trade block up a bit, too. So we're 10-7-3. 2 losses. We'll do best lines for injuries in the AHL. Yeah, as I said, injuries are on. They're on the slider of like 18, so they shouldn't happen too often, hopefully. But 2 wins in a row against my Flyers, and then we lose 2 in a row. Unreal. I think I might change the trade blocks because we keep getting offered these trades for like our guys I want to keep. We'll go 1 more month here and see what can happen. But I'm gonna cross my fingers that we can make the playoffs. I really want to. best lines for AHL. That doesn't matter. But yeah. So how are you guys enjoying the new GM as well? I know the scouting's so awesome. I've been enjoying the new draft so much. I've been in like offline GM modes, and you can get a lot of steals. We'll scout defense in the AHL or SHL, sorry, as well. And then I'll view the draft class, see if there's any potential steals we can get. So we're starting to do very poor now. We started off very well. No. And now we have a loses. No, not yet. Anders leaves January 20th. Means assistant coach replace player. Okay, now we won 2 in a row. 3 in a row. There we go. Let's go. 4 in a row. There we go. That's what we needed. We needed those kind of runs to get in the playoffs. Come on, make it 5, boys. A 4th in Vanderbilt for Kuhlman and a 7th. No, thank you. No Vanderbilt is 5 in a row. There we go. We're doing very well, and we're getting back to the Hickey trade offers. I'll definitely be editing the trade block after this month. So I'm gonna go edit the trade block. I'll quickly show you guys standings. I guess we can see it right here. Hopefully we are. Casey Sazika leads us with 29 points in 2 games. Where the heck is Tavares? So we are in a playoff spot right now. We have the 3rd position, but it's really close. What the heck is John Tavares doing? Why is he not leading our team in points? Why is Casey Sazika? What? Okay, Tavares is all the way down here. He is not having a good year so far. I mean, 24 points in 39 games is still decent, but I need him to be doing way better than that. I'll see how our goalies are doing. Save percentage. Hellebuyck's doing decent. Goals against okay, I guess. Check the whole league. Yeah, I really need John Tavares to step up if we plan on making the playoffs and doing well here. Malkin already has 54 points, same as Crosby. Some younger players up there. So that is that. I don't know why Tarasenko and Tavares both have low league potential, but so I'm gonna go edit the trade block and then we will continue the sim. Alright, so I'm back. I went and I changed around a few lines. Now I'm trying to get Tavares going. I moved why am I forgetting? I moved Brock Nelson back up to the first line, and then I slid Anders Lee down. I think he's injured right now anyway, so Shane Prince is in his place, which sucks. But I also edited our trade block, so we should be getting offers for more like not really veterans, but I put ages like 23 to like 34 or something. So we should be getting those more like bottom 6 players in like low 80 overalls, which would help us. Same on defense, and then I kept Hickey on the block, but we're getting offered a 2nd pick, you know. So hopefully I can get more deals like for Hickey, but at like a team throwing in like a low 80 overall player that would help. Like this trade, for example, right here. So Detroit Red Wings are offering us Gustav Nyquist for Thomas Hickey and 2/3, and they're throwing in a 4th. So Nyquist is an 83 overall. He has 2 years left on his deal. Hickey has 1 year left. That could actually potentially be a good trade. Hickey's minus 16. Jeez, Nyquist is actually having a really good year as well. I'm surprised Detroit's willing to do this trade. We're losing 2/3 though, which I don't like, but I like the player we're getting. I'm gonna see if I could. No, they wouldn't. I'm gonna see if I can get another 4th in return, and I would potentially do this trade, because I actually really like this. I'll see if I can get their 4th next year as well, and see if this will go through. So we're basically going to have Thomas Hickey and 2/3 for Nyquist and 2/4. The one thing is I'm scared about, so we're going to have to call up a weaker defenseman, which I don't really like. They don't really have anyone like the Kaiser, 5 years, yeah. They're not going to trade Cromwell, okay. We'll see if this goes through. Defense could potentially be an issue then, but we'll see. They're gonna reject. I'll remove see if we can make the 4th like a 6th or something. 6th. Actually, I want one next year. I'd rather get more picks next year. We do have 2 firsts this year. Remember too, we have Calgary's as well. So hopefully that can be a decent pick. And they have accepted it. So we have traded Hickey for Nyquist, and then we've also given them 2/3, and they've given us a 4th and a 6th. So Nyquist will really help. Okay, I'm gonna start counting the forwards here. We will call down. I'm gonna call down Shane. He has to go on waivers though. You know, I'll just leave those guys up. I don't really want to put them on waivers. And then defense is where it could become an issue. Ryan Pollock's gonna get the call up now. Where our offense is really gonna improve because of that trade, but defense could potentially be an issue. So I'm gonna do the lines done, and then I'll see you guys when that's finished. All right, so we're back. So these are the lines I've got set up. So Nyquist is now gonna go back onto the first line there. Eberle is gonna actually go on the first line left wing. So that will be our first line, second line, and then when what's his name Anders Lee comes back from injury, I'll probably replace him with Andrew Ladd, and then Ladd will slide down to where Kuhlman is, and Kuhlman will go on the fourth line. Like, well, maybe Quinn will get scratched. I don't know. And then this is what the defense is looking like. It's a bit weaker. The top two pairing is alright, but then it gets a bit weak and then really weak. So hopefully that will improve now. Too many defensive prospects either. Goaltending is still the same, and that is that. So yeah, we're going to continue the sim now. Hopefully Nyquist can boost us and get us into the playoffs more. So Anders Lee is back right after I do all the lines. So I'll quickly get him back in there. So I'll just show you what I was going to do then. Do this. We'll scratch Quinn, I guess. He's the lowest overall. We'll just have to find someone else to play at center. Who is the best face-off? 60, 65. Yeah, we're going to have to put Hellebuyck there, and that's what it'll look like. So we'll head back out of there. So hopefully we can keep winning. We're doing well, 24, 17, and 6. That's sort of what I was expecting. Not amazing and not terrible. I'm going to actually quickly look at the draft class here. I'll do the soft camera and see if there's any potential steals. Alright, so we're back. There's not really any steals in the draft so far. It's looking like, I know it's really hard to get steals in the first draft in franchise mode as well. So we'll see. It's probably going to be hard. I don't expect too many in this draft. 3 wins in a row, that's good. I also checked out Calgary. They're doing decent. They're sort of doing the same as us because we do obviously have their first round pick in the Travis Hamonic trade, I think it was. So hopefully they can start doing bad, but we're doing alright here. Nyquist actually leads our team in points. It looks like Calgary went on a winning streak as well, and of course they beat us. So we're doing sort of average right now here. We'll get to the trade deadline and see if there's any other deals we want to make. We're starting to lose games and not liking that. There we go. It's so random right now. Like we'll go on like a 2-game winning streak, then lose 2 in a row. Thomas Greiss has been injured, so we'll have to call up a goal here. But yeah, hopefully we can end up. Well, I've said it so many times. I just really want to make the playoffs in this first year, and hopefully Calgary wouldn't miss it. And that would still give us a decent pick and give us some playoff experience and hopefully get a win. We're ended off a couple of losses here though, so we'll check out the standings. I don't think there's going to be any other trades. We've made a couple deals in this episode already. I think that's all we really have to do. Yeah, obviously Nyquist, 52 points in 62 games. So we actually have the first wildcard slot, it looks like, with 69 points in 63 games. Oops, I did not mean to go back to the calendar. I'll check out all the standings for you guys. We'll check out stats at the end of the season. I don't want to do it too often. It takes up a lot of time, but we'll check out stats and player growth. Go to standings and player growth. So we'll see. Nyquist obviously leads us 52 points. 69 points and 68. So yeah, we're 2 points ahead of Ottawa. And like that division is close, like Florida, Toronto, and Ottawa. So we're gonna have to play really well to keep this wild card position. We'll see how Calgary's doing. Yeah, Calgary's doing a lot better now. They won a lot in a row. Before they were like 25 and 20 or something. 25, 20, and 4 I think the record was before. Now they're like 36, 24, and 5. So of course me checking them karma'd me. Now that pick's gonna suck. But yeah. I think that's all I'll do. We'll go by the trade deadline. We've made deals already. There's not much else I want to do. It's just hoping this team. There's a lot of hope in this team right now. Hoping it can make the playoffs. We'll go to like this Washington doubleheader here. So just keep hoping and get wins. Not a good start there. Okay, we beat Pittsburgh. Now it's like a really like must win. Keep scouting. Once again, as I said, I like to just scout USA and SHL. You get more steals from there. How do we lose to Vancouver, boys? Come on. Thomas Greiss is back. Alright, so yeah. Win against Edmonton. Why do we always lose to Calgary as well, man? Washington's not doing too well. Sort of like 500, 30, 39. I really wish we wouldn't be losing to Calgary. I want that pick to be good. But Nyquist with 58 points. Yeah, we've dropped down. We're 3 points out of the wild card now. It's getting to crunch time. We got about like 15 games left. I don't know. I didn't really see. We'll go to this game right here. So just please keep winning. Win, loss, no. Loss. Yeah, I think it's coming to the end here. I mean, okay, we got a couple wins. 3 wins, beat Ottawa. That's a big game right there versus Ottawa. This is a massive. And of course, Boychuk's injured. And we get 1 point out of the Ottawa game. So we have 1, 2, 5 games remaining. Oh gosh. We'll see how close the standings are, if we're very close to a playoff spot or not. We're 1 point out right now. This is going to be intense. We'll see. So yeah, they have 81 points there. So yeah, we're basically going to have to just keep winning. We're fighting with Carolina and the Flyers, it looks like, for the wild card. There's also teams in another division, like, just outside. So I'm going to start simming, like, game by game, like, in-game quickly and going through it. But, or actually, well, this is advanced day. But this is, like, really intense now. We've got to be winning. So hopefully we can get a win versus Toronto. Every game is important, like, super important right now. Can we win? Why isn't it? I thought I pressed advanced day. And of course we lost, okay. Game versus the Devils. This is extremely important. I didn't see how close we were to Washington and Carolina as well. Can we beat the Devils? Assuming this advanced day is so slow ever since this new update. So I'm going to go back to calendar. So I don't know what's going on with this. But, oh. And we lost to the Devils. I think it's over. I'll go to the final game versus Detroit and see if we still have hope. We have to win these next 2 for sure. We win, and we lose. I think it's over. The hope is over, everyone. Johnny Boychuk's back. This game doesn't matter. I'm not going to put him in. Waste of time. We'll see. Here, please. Hopefully there's still hope, but I think it's over. Yeah, it looks over. Yep. We have failed to make the playoffs. So now it's just sort of hope we lose, I guess, and get a decent pick. But that is that. I hope you guys sort of enjoyed this season. It was a roller coaster of a ride. And of course we win that one now. We have our chances of getting a decent pick. So we're going to check the standings. Hopefully Calgary didn't make it, but I'm 99% confident they did. Yep, they've made it. 94 points, of course, so we're going to get 2 trash picks. I'll actually see what pick we have. I mean, I wanted to make the playoffs. I wasn't totally sure it would happen, though. Yeah, we'll probably get a top 10 pick, hopefully. Unless we strike the lottery like the Flyers did last season in real life. But, yeah, I'm going to sort of skip through the playoffs right now so you guys don't have to watch this. I'll show you guys the playoff sets at the end of the year, obviously. And then, yeah. Alright, guys, so this is what the playoffs look like. So thankfully Edmonton swept Calgary, but Ovi gets his cup with the Washington Capitals. They beat St. Louis in the final. So that's sort of the playoff bracket there. We'll check. Can you check awards? Yeah, looks like you can. So those are the team awards. We'll check player awards. Malkin wins the Art Ross. Crosby wins the Hart. Burns wins the Norris. Gaudreau wins the Lady Byng. Calder goes to Patrick Laine. I am so confused by that. Okay. Holtby wins the Conn Smythe. Crawford wins the Vezina. Fleury wins the William M. Jennings. That's surprising. Mithel wins the match. Yeah, that's that. Crosby and Malcolm win a bunch of awards, sadly. Brent Burns wins the Norris. I don't know why it has a Laine winning the Calder. That's weird. But, yeah. So we're going to find out the lottery results. I'm not hoping for much, but I also wasn't hoping for much when my Flyers won it last season and ended up getting a second overall pick. So we'll see. I'm crossing my fingers here, but we should end up with around the 9th or 10th pick. 10th pick, yeah. Dallas wins the lottery, so they strike again. Toronto second. Minnesota, Arizona, Anaheim, Vancouver. Thankfully, not really any teams in our division up there. So we have the 10th overall pick. When I was scouting all retired players, see if anyone retired. Stefan Gianta, it's not going to rest too much. See if anyone else in the league retired. Cullen, Erat, Chimera, Franzen. Yeah, that's about it. So hopefully we'll do the draft next episode. I'll quickly show you guys our draft board. I've watch listed a few players, but most of them are supposed to go like top 10, and I can't see any of them falling to us. I'll see if there's anyone else popped up there. Last checked like a bit ago. But yeah, there's a couple, like, I don't know if he's still up there. There was an elite forward, I think, from USA. But it looked like it had him going top 10. I'll see if he's still up there. He might have dropped off. Like, sometimes the players drop off. Oh, okay, this is the guy, yeah. Preston Gray. And there's also Adrian Pekka, exact elite, supposed to go 4th, 5th. He wasn't up there before, so I'm surprised he's up there. But here's the Preston Gray guy. I scouted him 16 times. We've only scouted Adrian Pekka 5 times, though, so I don't know how well he'll be. But this guy is actually supposed to go just first round, not top 10, so we could potentially take him. Jet Wu, I think he has, like, usually has medium top 4 potential. There's this Adam Ginning guy, scouted 8 times, medium elite. There's this Daryl McLean, I didn't see him, 23 times scouted. I was just scouting goalies in the U.S., so we'll watch out for him. Other than that, there's not much. I know a lot of these elites, though, when you don't scout them often, they can turn to be terrible, but we'll see. So, thank you guys for watching. Hope you're ready for the draft, and I'll see you in the next episode.